much. Okay, one more speaker. I'm delighted to introduce Richie Wills, who is a program coordinator and teaching artist with the Just Buffalo Literary Center. As a poet and fiction writer, his work has been published in Buffalo's Back, an anthology of our times, and Variety Pack. Richie is a co-founder of Gray Wills Book Club, a bi-monthly space for men of color to discuss contemporary works of literature. Please welcome Richie Wills.
Well, thank you so much for that introduction, and thank you all for having me. I have two recurring nightmares, and one of which is presenting first or last, so. So like Anne said, I'm a program coordinator and teaching artist with the Just Buffalo Literary Center, and thank you so much for sharing that story, Susan. I wasn't even aware of that. That's incredible. And today I'm going to be talking about some considerations for publishing on a digital platform. So what is digital publishing? Digital publishing is, or online publishing is the distribution of a variety of online content, journals, magazines, ebooks, newspapers, whatever. Through this process, a publisher or an author can digitize documents and information that people can view online, they can download, they can share if they choose. People can access the digital content from any device that they have, so this can be computers, smartphones, tablets, e-readers, so however you can access your content in a digital format. What I think is also great about digital publishing platforms is that they come as do-it-yourself programs that you can run on your own, and you can self-publish your own content. So why digital publishing? Why is digital publishing important? I, for one, think that print media will always have its place, right? There's quite nothing like opening a fresh book and like smelling it, and it really like lights up a part of your brain that, it cannot be replaced. However, there are some considerations for digital publishing, which is that there are limitations of print media. So print media is always tangible, right? So like if your dog chews your book, or if it falls in a puddle, or you've loaned it to somebody and they never returned it, what's nice about digital media is it's always online, so you can access it more quickly from anywhere because it's available on the internet from any connected device. And sometimes print media publications can also cost more, depending on what the expenses are, than your digital counterparts, because there are more resources and materials that go into creating print media. Another benefit of digital publications is you get to engage your target audience, right? It gives you the opportunity to not only connect with a larger audience, but to target messages specifically for niches and segmented demographics that want to consume your content. And so it allows you to be able to target social media distribution. It allows you to target through e-newsletters, and we'll talk a little bit about some marketing down the line. Another benefit is it reduces costs. So it can save you money. I mean, simple as that, right? By reducing expenses like printing and shipping and distribution. So there are quite a few digital publishing platforms. There's quite a lot, actually. And so today I'm going to be focusing on one, which is on this list. It's called Issue. But I wanted to just point out a few ones that are really big and out there. You might come across Adobe Experience Manager. You might be already familiar with WordPress, which has been around longer than I have. Story Chief, Issue, Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing, which they've made that platform really user-friendly. It's really easy to kind of have a PDF, a book or a PDF content, and download it straight to Amazon. They made that process really, really seamless. And CopyPress, which CopyPress has a really great customer service. But for today, because at Just Buffalo, which we are a nonprofit that believe in the power of the literary arts and reading and writing to transform communities, we do believe in publishing some of the people that we work with. So we've published some of our fellows, adult fellows. We've published some of our youth fellows. We've published, short stories. We've published chapbooks. We've published poetry collections, and I'll show you kind of what that looks like on our website. So yeah, for today, I'll focus mainly on issue, because that's kind of what we use to do our own digital publishing. But this is just to kind of give you a list of some that you can look out and research in your own time as well. Many of these are really great platforms as well. So Issue is one of the top digital publishing platforms out there. Issue, I like to think of, really excels with magazines or or chat books, but it certainly can also be used to publish books and ebooks as well. It is a subscriber-based method that allows your audience to read the content that they want without distractions from ads. Issue also lets you pre-schedule campaigns, which I think is incredible, right? Because you can plan out what your campaign looks like and how you're going to get it to your audience. They also make it easier to plan your content in advance and launch it on time every time. You can use Issue to create, publish, and sell PDF-based digital flipbooks or ebooks, which just means that in order to publish on the actual platform Issue itself, you have to have a PDF version of it first, and then you kind of download and upload it to the publishing website. And what's also nice, I think, and great about Issue is it can become very interactive. So depending on what you're publishing, you can also kind of embed and include links. You can include videos. I mean, it's really kind of, there's a few different things you can do with it, which I think is really cool. It opens up the amount of how your audience can interact with the work that you are publishing on the platform. And I'll show you also what that looks like on our end. So these are some things that we've published. Girls by Fiona. So Fiona was one of our adult fellows, and while she was with us over the course of the summer, she worked on a short story, and we worked very closely with her to get that story kind of polished. And then once it was polished, we published it on our Issue, which is embedded into our website. So I'll show you what that looks like. So this is the Issue kind of platform here, and this is the short story. So we contracted a graphic designer to create this cover page, and all of that is again just Buffalo really supporting this local writer. And this is kind of what it would look like when we do it. So cover page, a short story by Fiona Stewart, and sorry, too fast. Yeah, so it just kind of has her bio here, cover art by, this is the artist, and then we launch right into the story. And what's cool is like it flips, like it's an actual book. It's not an actual book, but it's kind of cool that it looks and feels like an actual book. So you flip through the story, you can kind of see what it looks like. You can read it, you can go forwards, you can go backwards, and so on and so forth. So this is what a short story, this is what a short story would look like on the platform with this particular kind of fonts. There are different kinds of fonts that you can choose from as well if you're publishing your own content. So another example, let me go back, is In Between by Millie Ray. So Millie Ray was another one of our youth fellows, and she created a chapbook that we helped publish on our Issue. And so this is what that looks like. Very simple cover. She wanted it to be black and white. And then the inside is like very colorful. So we also contracted a graphic designer to help build this out. And I believe that they used Canva. So you can do this yourself. You don't actually have to go out to contract anyone else. We just did that. But you can, if you're good with any app, if you're good with Canva, you're good with Photoshop, whatever it is you want to use, all of that is interfaceable with Issue. So you can just like create it and download it right to Issue. So that's what we did here. And so this is what it kind of looks like. And so these are poems and also some graphic content. All of this Millie created, and this is actually stuff that she drew and she created. And so she sent that over to us, and we were able to just put it right into Issue. A few more here. So yeah, so that's one example of how you can create a collection like that through the platform. Another example, so we have Hope Blooms. This is a collection of similar to the one that we just saw with Millie Ray's, in that it's just a collection of different forms and different pages that we were able to upload as a PDF document straight to the issue platform. And then the last one that I really wanted to show you is what it could look like if you were to embed an issue onto a website. So if you have a website and you want to put it on your website and you want to have people go to your website to see that content, and that way it's also like driving engagement to your website as well. This is what it looks like. So this is our Just Buffalo website, and this is what one of the issues looks like embedded directly into the website. Hope it comes up. Okay, anyway. So, yeah, so you can see how it looks. And this is straight on the website. It actually looks like it's this huge format. People can go right on your website, and the book can come up like this. Now this, I should say, we made ours available for free to the public. And there are subscriber-based. There's the option for you to have your audience pay for your content, right? Because we also want to make money, or if you're a writer, assuming that you want to make money, that's not what we aim to do with these collections that we're putting on our websites. And so there is an option for you as an author who's creating content to charge for that content. And I'll spend a little bit of time talking about what that looks like. But for now, this is what it looks like on the website. People can just go right on in there, flip right through it, table of contents. And this is really cool too. So say I want to go to this particular poem, if I like the way it sounds, I click that, and it takes me right to that page. So there's a lot of things you can actually do through one platform. All right, move on from there. So there are a few benefits of using Issue as a digital platform. First, it's great for distribution. Though you are unable to create your presentation on Issue, you can create it anywhere else, like I said earlier. And you are presented with this platform which you can distribute your content either through social media or embedding it directly into your website. Or if you have a blog, you can also embed it directly into your blog as well. Issue is free. So they do have multiple subscriber-based models, but there is also a free version of Issue. There are a few things in the free version that you won't have access to, which is, one of which is you cannot embed directly on the website with the free version. But you can download your PDF documents, and you can still share those links to the Issue on social media, wherever else you want to share it. You just won't be able to actually embed into your website unless you pay for one of the premium subscription models. And also, one benefit of digital publishing is the ease with which you can make changes and updates to your content. So, say you publish and then down the line you say, "Oh my gosh, look at this error! I don't know how I could have missed this." You can go right back in there and update it and correct it. And I think that's such a useful benefit. Even evergreen content can benefit from updated statistics, sources, or links over time. So you can update links as needed. And then you can make these updates yourself, or you can do it through the publishing service. And different publishing service, for example, CopyPress, I know they have a dedicated team where if you are paying for that service, they comb over your work for you. And they really look at it with a fine-tooth or a magnifying glass, and they send you feedback. They'll even do some marketing work for you as well. So that's another great platform I would say definitely check out. Yeah, there are some drawbacks to using Issue. One of which customer service from our own experience working with Just Buffalo. Their customer service isn't super great. And so that's one thing to think about as you kind of think about selecting a digital publishing platform, is what does their customer service look like? Thankfully for us, we were able to figure a lot out on our own. And also they do have, one great thing is they do have a lot of information on the website. So they have a lot of videos showing you how to do things. They have a lot of videos showing you how to upload. They answer a lot of questions in the FAQ section. Just the actual customer service itself is not the best. All right, so this is just a screenshot of an example of what a plan with Issue could look like. So with the basic plan, you get unlimited published documents, so you can upload as many things as you want on Issue with the free plan. You can upload up to 500 pages, so you can have a book or a short story or Anything that's under 500 pages, you can publish up to that. To publish more than that, you would have to go up to the premium. The file size limit is 100 megabytes, and let's see here. Yeah, so again, it doesn't give you, the free version does not give you the ability to embed on your website, but you do have a link that you can share. You can include your marketing strategies, your campaign strategies to your audience, to your friends, to whatever social media platforms you use. So this is all on the website, so you can go on the website and you can see what all of the benefits become with premium. Like, this is a screenshot, so you don't quite see, there's like way more check marks that go down. So I would definitely suggest to go on the website and look at what the benefits come with starting a premium package. We at Just Buffalo, we have the starter package, and so I can say that to you all, and that's what we used to publish. And then I created this roadmap to digital self-publishing, just to kind of give you an idea of if you're thinking about self-publishing, or specifically thinking about digital self-publishing, where to start and like how to kind of go about the process. And hopefully this is kind of helpful to get you thinking about what that path might look like as you go forward. First is, you want to set goals. Why are you creating this content? Who are you creating it for? You always want to know why you're doing it. What is your long-term plan? Do you have a long-term plan? Like the video said earlier, what value does this provide for your audience? And then you want to know exactly why you're creating a piece of content, because that can really make the rest of your digital process, digital publishing process go way easier and way smoother. And then you want to select the type of publication that you think suits the content that you're working with. So is it a short story? Is it a novel? Is it a chapbook? Is it a poetry collection? I mean, what is it? And so there are a few platforms that specialize in certain types of content. And like I said, Issue, I think, is really, really wonderful for, a magazine or a poetry collection or a chapbook. But they also do ebooks as well. So that, again, you just have to go up to that different level of upgrade to be able to access that. And then you want to prepare your visuals. So, you want to make sure you have a written copy, and then though the content may be high quality and ready to publish, it might also go through several revisions, and I always recommend the revision. So it kind of bleeds into the editing. So you want to look it over. I think I was talking to someone earlier today. You want to look over your content first, and maybe have some friends look over it. You can pay someone to look over it if you want to, if you have the funds, but you totally don't have to do that. But we're always going to miss things the first go around, maybe even the second and third go around. So it's nice to have more eyes on it before you proceed to your publishing. And then you want to get published. Publish your content, publish it on Issue, Copy Press, or whatever other digital platform you choose to use to publish. And in this phase, particularly too when you're editing, you want to check, I think, your grammar, your spelling mistakes, your flow, your consistency. And then if you have visual aesthetics, what does that look like? Big or small details can affect your content performance and your audience and experience. So after you publish, sharing your content, I think, sometimes is the most important part, right? Like, how are you going to get it out to your audience? You've published, now your content, your book, whatever it is, lives on a platform. Where do you go from here? How do you get it out to people? How do you get eyes on this, right? And I think some of the videos, some of our other presenters have talked about what that can look like. Social media is obviously a big one. So again, select which social media platforms work best for you. You can also use, you can create internal links to embed in your website, your blog. E-newsletters are great, so if you already have an email list of people who follow you, who know what you're doing, send it out to them that way. You can create a campaign, a planned campaign with, what does this look like? How often do I want to send this out? What does the language look like? How can I get people to be interested in this content that I'm creating? Use text messaging platforms. There are many text messaging platforms. Remind is one that we use at Just Buffalo. We use Remind to reach out to all of our students. And so you might just pop a link in there and shoot it out to a list of 80 to 100 to 5. I mean, however many people you have on there. You want to promote it, get reviews like, and this is Ms. Susan said earlier, or Sharon, sorry. You want to get reviews. You want to send it to your friends, your family, radio shows, book talk sessions, and then share your website, share it on your website. I think embedding in the website is really a good way to go to, one, drive people to your website, but also two, get engagement for that content that you're trying to promote as well. And that is all. Yeah, thank you.
Are there questions for Richie?
Now, in terms of content protection, intellectual rights, when you publish that way, like you're talking about, how do you go about protecting someone from plagiarizing your idea? Like 20, 40 years in the terminal, who knows? 18 people might want to use this topic. How do I go about protecting my ideas when it goes into public media? And what do I give up in terms of ownership in this public media?
Okay, I think I'm hearing how do you protect your intellectual rights once it goes into like a platform, a digital platform? I think that's an interesting question because those same concerns can also exist when you just publish a book, because it's like, how do you still protect your rights once it kind of goes out into the world? And so it's just like, it's a different platform to look at it that way. I think that's interesting. I don't know that I know the exact answer to that, because that's always going to be kind of an ongoing concern, and I don't know that there's one specific answer to that.
Well, there were several, Richie.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
This was my career for a lot of years. When something is put in print and shared, you wind up with what's called statutory copyright. Okay. Whether you put C with a circle and your name next to it in the year or not, as soon as you do that, there's a statutory copyright. That's wonderful, but it protects you only so far. The Copyright Office has forms you file for a copyright, and that is the full protection. Now, the concept of the idea, you cannot protect an idea. You can only protect something that's put down in a tangible form. Okay. The statutory copyright is good protection. It puts people on notice. But if somebody steals your work and you're going to go to sue them, you can only sue them for whatever they've gotten, made from your work, from the time of your lawsuit, not what they've done before. With the full copyright, from the very beginning, you can accomplish what you're after. You can get every cent that they've made for infringing your copyright. Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm sorry.
No, thank you for that. That's great. Any other questions? Oh, see your hand there.
Hi, sorry, Justin. I don't know if you know the answer to this, but about ISBN numbers and Amazon. I had self-published a book on Amazon, and I bought my own ISBN, and you know that they're very expensive. And I wanted to also publish it on Ingram Spark. But
So you want to also, I'm sorry, it's kind of hard to, you also wanted to publish on Spark?
on Ingram Spark
Okay.
as well, using the same ISBN, which I should be able to do. But Ingram Spark is saying that somehow Amazon is claiming that they have exclusive rights or something, and I did not choose that when I published on Amazon. So I don't know how to, and Amazon's very difficult to get in touch with. So I don't know if you've ever heard of that happening before.
Actually, I have not heard of that happening. And we have not worked in that capacity of like publishing through Amazon. We mainly worked primarily through Issue. And I know that one of the reasons that we chose not to do that is because we are very wary of Amazon as a platform, but also, so I'm not sure exactly what the answer would be to that.
I've also gone through the publishing route with Amazon. They give you two options. So the first one is you can have an ISBN. It's a little bit cheaper. but that also gives you the right to publish through like Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, that's the one that I got, it's my own, it's supposed to be my own. But, and I'm supposed to be able to use it anywhere. But maybe I'll have to just take my book off of Amazon then, because I want to also publish on English Spark, because I also don't like Amazon. And English Spark was just saying they have some agreement with Amazon, and Amazon somehow has me classified as somebody who's exclusively with them, but I'm not, it's my own ISBN. So it's a mystery.
Yeah.
Try to contact them.
Avoid Amazon, what's that?
Try to contact the Amazon Kindle customer service.
Oh, yeah, I will, but they're hard to get in touch with. Yeah, they're very, very hard to get in touch with, actually. Like almost impossible, but I am going to do this. This is a warning, I guess, for other people.
I have a question. It's more about issue versus blue, because I've gone to blue before, but issue, I've never heard of this, so it's really interesting. Is there a way, now, when you say you can have clickable links, and this might have to do with copyright, that put music in with that? And then the second question is, how does that particular platform, do they become like English Spark or any of these other distribution companies, and can you print like a tangible version from that, like you can with Lulu, where you can go digital platform, but also have like a copy for paperback? To do that, or do they not have that?
Okay, I'm hearing two questions.
Yeah,
Aaron, can you print out from the digital platform when you publish it on there?
With issue. Yeah.
With issue. And then the second question was,
If you can links, can you use it from link?
Okay, yeah, so-
I mean, that's a whole other copyright issue, I'm sure, but I just sort of.
yes. So for the first question, yes. You can, once you have access to the digital, so let's say your audience member buys a subscription or they buy a single issue that you've published because you set your price and now they have access to it. There is ability to print it out if they want a physical copy of it and say, I want to print it out so I can read it as a physical copy. They can do that. Or you can do that if you want to. And then, yeah, that's a huge copyright issue. So I would not suggest that unless you've gotten copyright for it.
And then do they do distribution, because I know Lulu does, or they don't do that?
They do not do distribution, no, so you would have to do that.